Join me for an incredible weekend of watching the Australian Ballet by the sea, chasing wallabies in a buggy, and also having some of the best truffle fries I've had in my life. It's a fine and sunny day when you're landing in Hamilton Island, and it's also a very hot one as well most of the time. Luckily, Qualia have a welcome desk that's right in the airport terminal, along with some cold refreshing towels. While most of the island is populated by buggies, you first get driven by van to Qualia. We're here for the ballet, so I'll make a separate video for the experience at Qualia, but long story short, this is already my second time because the experience here is amazing, and I'm planning to come back here as soon as I can sell my kidney. The Ballet Pas de Deux event happens at Qualia every couple of years in May, and the big reason why people come to this is because they get to see ballet performed by the sea in the most beautiful setting. There are 2 sessions for this throughout the month of May, the first one being the opening package and the second one the finale package, with the opening package being the more expensive of the 2. This gets booked out really quickly every year, and I was on a waiting list at first, but fortunately I managed to snag the opening package on the Leeward Pavilions, which is the cheaper pavilion between the Windward and Leeward, but still comes with some great views and some sparkling wine. We were here a day early, so we drove into the town centre to have a bit of Italian food. While we were heading back, we saw some wallabies and decided to drive towards them. I've always found it really amusing that people think that we have wallabies and kangaroos in our backyard, but here it's a reality. The next morning we decided to go to the pool because it was such a beautiful day. There were staff out preparing for the event and setting up. Meanwhile, I had truffle fries on my mind. We had these fries for lunch the day before, and these were the crispiest, truffliest fries I've ever had. I think the crows agreed too, because while I was swimming in the pool, this guy managed to get about 3 chips. After a day of relaxing, we received the official invitation for the Pas de Deux at Qualia. We had a bit of confusion about where the opening night would be held, so we accidentally drove down to Pebble Beach and had a surprise encounter with a wallaby on the beach. The opening night was a warm welcome from David Hallberg and Catriona Rowantree, followed by an hour of mingling and drinks. After that we went to Cockatoo for dinner, and one of the guests had recommended the beef massaman, which was delicious. On the way back we saw some wallabies on the lawn near the pool, which was an exciting end to our night. The next morning we had an express breakfast, which included the chia seed pudding, an avocado toast, and a takeaway tea as we headed down to Pebble Beach to watch the Australian Ballet bar viewing. It was a beautiful day, and Catriona's hosting of the event made it even more entertaining, while we had David Hallberg leading the bar class and Andrew Dunlop playing the piano.
Definitely know is that in my mind, David, I was going 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is not that at all, is it? It is. If you want to do it.
Ballet generally starts at bar to warm up the muscles and help dancers focus on their technique. And then after that, they took away the bar and danced in the centre, where they do similar moves to bar, but there's no assistance of the bar and there's a bit more movement. Back at the Long Pavilion, things were getting ready for the guest talk. Guest speakers were David Hallberg, who was the artistic director of the Australian Ballet, and Christopher Wilden, a Tony Award-winning choreographer. They both spoke about the process of working together and also shared a little bit about how they got to where they were. After that, we had a quick fruit salad lunch, and then it was off to bar class, which was situated on the end of the Long Pavilion, overlooking the sea. I didn't film this out of respect for the other guests, but it was a lot of fun and it was just the beginner level, which my partner also enjoyed. And then we got ready for the performance that we had all been waiting for. The evening Pas de Deux in Paradise performance and the black tie dinner at Pebble Beach. Everyone had dressed for the occasion, and the venue was beautifully decorated. Sunsets here are usually really gorgeous, but tonight was really something special. There was just this incredible excitement in the air. The menu at Pas de Deux was short and sweet, but not quite as filling as I would have hoped for. But everything was really delicious. Catriona then welcomed us to the evening with a big thank you to everyone who worked on this. Unfortunately, there was no filming of the performance, similar to how you wouldn't film during a movie or concert, but I did get a photo of the first dance against the sunset. The night wrapped up with a panel talk with the dancers where we could ask all of them questions that we wrote down on cards, and I was lucky to even meet one of the dancers at the end of the night. The next morning was a sad goodbye, as I was excited to come back to Qualia the next time and watch the ballet again. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and join me next time as I go into more detail about staying at Qualia.